Hey guys, Ben Holdred here, Regional Sales Manager with Surveyor. I want to welcome you back to Teaching Tuesdays, where we take some time to welcome you back to our world, talk about some features and benefits of the Surveyor product. Today we're going to keep diving into construction and talk about our wall construction and also a product called AZDEL that we feature inside our walls. Two very important things. So let's get into it. First thing I want to talk about is our wall construction. So last week we talked about all the aluminum framing that we use in our walls. Here we actually have an aluminum structure. You can see all the aluminum framing around all the openings. That's a big time feature that we offer at Surveyor. But as far as the wall goes, we use a process called lamination to build our walls. So basically we take several materials, glue them together. We actually use a pinch roll process to do that, where we squeeze the materials together using 1,600 pounds per square inch to create a solid wall. So what's important about Surveyor is that when we talk about using laminated walls, we've got solid walls for our side walls. We're actually using solid walls for our slide out end walls, our rear walls, and our floors. So you've really got solid walls all the way around. It's a very stable structure there compared to a lot of RVs on the market. But I want to dive into some of the layers that we've got inside the wall here. So if you come on over, I want to show you this wall sample that we've got here. So on the very outside, we've got a layer of fiberglass, which you typically see when you're walking around looking at product. And then on the inside of that fiberglass, we have a product called AZDEL. I'm going to get into some of the benefits of that. And then you've got your aluminum structure here. Inside that aluminum, you've got block foam insulation. The important thing to know about what we're using for insulation is that it's block foam, so it's a closed cell material. So, on the market, you've got standard fiberglass insulation that's used inside a lot of trailers. Now, air can pass through that, so what you've got with the block foam is basically a better insulated product at the end of the day. So that's important to know. And also, we cut this insulation perfectly to size to fit inside all these spaces that you see on the trailer here. So these are all cut perfectly to size and taped in so that a minimal amount of air can pass through there. So at the end of the day, like I said, better insulated product. So then on the other side of that, you're going to have a layer of Luan that's got your interior wall board. So when you're inside the trailer, when you see that decor board, that's a layer of plywood, a thin layer of plywood called Luan. But one of the important things I want to talk about with this wall construction is AZDEL. It's a very unique thing that we're doing. We're really at the forefront of it in the lightweight trailer segment. But AZDEL is a composite material. So typically behind the fiberglass in a lot of trailers, you've got a layer of plywood. What we did was take that layer of plywood out and replaced it with AZDEL. So anywhere you see fiberglass on our trailers, you know that there's AZDEL behind it. And it's a waterproof material, so if it gets wet, it's not going to rot, it's not going to mold, it's formaldehyde free. It's also better insulated than wood, so it's going to give you better insulation at the end of the day inside your trailer. And we've got the block foam to go along with that. Also, it's 50% lighter than wood. You know, we talked last week about the fact that we're half-ton towable across the board, pretty much. This really helps us cut down our weights and get some of the lightest weights on the market. In the half-ton trailer segment. So just know that anywhere you've got fiberglass on our trailers, you're protected from moisture. You're protected from climate changes, so if you go from hot to cold weather, this material is not going to be affected by climate changes. So a lot of advantages to AZDEL, but a lot of customers don't know what AZDEL is. So like I said, just know that when you're buying a Surveyor product, you've got that extra protection from moisture. And another thing I want to add to that is that a lot of customers, when they're shopping for fiberglass trailers, they're worried about delamination. Well, I want to tell you with the Surveyor brand, because we're using a pinch rolling process of lamination along with the AZDEL, you've got a very slim chance of delamination. So again, we talked last week about have a certain level of confidence when you buy the Surveyor product. You're getting a product that's going to stand the test of time when you're buying a Surveyor. So next week, we're going to get into a lot of other things with the Surveyor product features and benefits. But again, I want to thank you for joining me today. Teaching Tuesdays. Love to see you next week.